Hey everyone, welcome back to Gabriel Knight. Last video we did some kind of crazy antics in the church posing as a priest, and now we're posing as a priest some more, getting some voodoo information out of Madame Casino. She gave us a little bit more information on some more secret voodoo gatherings, and seems much more convinced that there are dark things going on, and she knew the human sacrifice thing. So she could be actually kind of helpful to us. However, I do not think she's of any use to us right now.
Good day, Madame Casino.
We will leave.
Goodbye, Father.
Alright. I'm pretty sure he'll change out of that disguise. I want to take another trip to the crime scene. Because there was one area we didn't look at, and that was this riverbank over here.
The banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
Clay deposits? Can we take some clay? I don't really know why I waited this long to get it, but clay would have dried out in the 2 days it's been since then.
I'll take some of this clay with me.
Yeah, let's just leave again. Because, oh, actually, was there anything? I think we found everything of use in here. But I saw vegetation while leaving. We'll take a look at
Gabriel
it.
is on the sand and clay shores of Lake Pontchartrain, at a site where some poor bastard got to see who the voodoo murderers really are.
Yep, okay. No use there. Or no, nothing of use there. Well, besides the clay that we just got. So this is a little weird. I am gonna go back and take a look at that bracelet again. We're gonna have to do this again.
Alright.
But we will make a very quick trip to see her again.
Yes?
It's just me again.
It's fine.
Yes.
Thing is, what we're about to do, I don't know what we do after that.
Please be seated, Father.
All of these
Thank you.
puzzles are out of order now, and
What
I'm
can I-
scrambled. No, not the dog. Talk.
Do you mind if I...
If you will.
Yeah,
Oh.
we've already seen this.
Here's the break.
Bless this... Even... Let it... When the voodoos don't...
We've
and
heard
now-
all of this. But I want to take the clay and perhaps get a copy of it.
Gabriel has a thought about the clay.
Bless, oh bless this circlet of silver. Take the curse, oh take it, Wilbur.
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
I feel so much better now.
So we have, I believe, an impression. Yeah, we can't even ask about it anymore. We have an impression of that bracelet here, or a mold.
It's a clay mold of Madame Casino's snake bracelet.
We can't look at it up close. Yeah, that's all we wanted. Bye again. Ooh, can we go to the map from here? Excellent. But now, I have absolutely no idea what to do. Let's go back here, I guess.
I knew you'd miss me.
Yeah,
Really?
you keep on saying that. Grace, anything? Well, what do you have to say about this?
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Oh, okay. So in the original, there's a couple of areas missing from this. I already mentioned the grandmother's place, and there's another area as well that is either cut out or we haven't unlocked yet somehow. Or maybe we need to find it somehow. But there was somebody in there who would help us with this. Not so much anymore.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh yeah, we can ask all of the stuff to you.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Ugh, no. Makes my skin crawl, though.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
No, sorry.
Research, that could be useful.
Do you know anything about Veves?
Not a clue. Sorry.
Ritual patterns used in voodoo.
Fascinating. I can't help you out, though.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't, but it sounds dangerous. You're not gonna try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Would I do that?
Yes.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? Ugh, now what are you getting yourself into?
Nothing you need to know about, do you?
I know there are dark forms of any major religion. Where there's a yin, there's a yang.
Speaking of yin and yang...
But no, I don't know anything really about voodoo, dark or otherwise, sorry.
You sure?
Are you sure you don't know anything about black voodoo?
You are desperate. I told you I can't help you.
Okay, no messages. Let's get some
Could
research.
you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
We can... Oh, she can do research on the pattern?
I have a pattern I need you to research.
How interesting. What is it?
It's a reconstruction of the tracings they found around the murder victims. The ones done in flour and blood.
Yuck. You shouldn't carry this kind of thing around. Who knows what these symbols mean?
Well, wear your evil banishing gloves if you want, but check it out for me, would you?
I'll see what I can find out.
You're gonna do that based on
Anything else?
memory? Because you didn't get a copy of it or take that one.
I can't think of anything.
Okay, so that happened, but didn't really get us anywhere. Well, another step. Well, we haven't checked out the cemetery. I wonder if these are different at all?
The marks are reddish in color and remind Gabriel of crosses.
No, because they've been here a few days. Mr. Watchman, do you have anything useful for us?
I'm sorry to bother you.
You got something to say, son?
Well, nothing that looks like it'll progress the story, but might as well ask.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
I don't know nothing about that.
That might be something useful to ask Dr. John... all of our other voodoo people, really.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? I've seen lots of voodoo markings in this cemetery. I've seen graves dug up and stuff you don't want to know about stolen from them. But voodoo? Black voodoo? Sounds like a devil of a distinction, if you ask me.
They both sound kind of creepy.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
I told you, it's all one to me.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Let us... Can we go and visit this,
I don't need to go visit the family tomb today.
No, we can't. Can we look at the Getty tomb? There's nothing to do there, but... there might be now.
Malia?
Mr. Knight, what are you doing here?
My family's tomb is here.
Mine too.
I noticed. Subtle.
Well, Mr. Knight, if there's nothing else...
Don't go. I need to talk to you.
Whatever for?
I can't stop thinking about you. I bet in your thoughts, too. I can see it in your eyes.
Mr. Knight, you don't know anything about me. I'm not in a position to get involved.
I've said that a million times myself, but this is different. I think we both know we can't fight it. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I have so many obligations. My family is very traditional. You wouldn't understand.
Hey, I love tradition. I've seen Fiddler on the Roof 100 times.
This isn't a musical, Mr. Knight. We live in different worlds.
Look, I know you got more money than God. Do you think I care? Do you think that's why I'm saying this?
No, I don't.
Why don't you come see my world? I've got a little bookshop, St. George's on Bourbon.
I know.
See, I knew it. You're crazy about me, too. Come by tonight. Please? My world isn't so bad.
I'm sorry, but there's no place for someone like you in my life. Not now, not ever.
Gabriel gets shut down. That's a very weird walk. But I guess, I don't know if she has heals or something. That gave us points. Right now we're pretty much in a pattern where, like, we just need to get all of the points and push us into the next day, I think.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Speaking of which... And we have a visitor.
Excuse me. I'm going inside.
That was rude.
Oh? I'm afraid St. George's is closed for the day.
I'm not a customer. I'm here to see the owner.
Why don't you just leave your name and number with me, and I'll tell him you stopped by.
Listen, if Gabriel is here, he'll want to see me. Is he? Here?
I really couldn't say for certain, but in the morning...
Gracie, say goodnight.
Well, that is definitely a different ending to the day. I don't even know if we get a dream out of that.
I didn't think you would.
I didn't think I would either.
Your eyes. I could show you around a little. It's not much, but...
Please don't. I couldn't focus on much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know. God, what is it about you?
Just shut up and kiss me.
I don't think we ever saw that inside scene in the original. Yeah, no dream, looks like. And we are now on day 4. I spoke to one who smelled of death. He gave to me his ears, and crosses that were marked were made into a veil of tears. And she spent the whole night. And that guy looks like he almost ran her over. Yeah, I'm all thrown off now because there's things that I should have done by this day, or by this time. I don't know. All sorts. At least Gabriel probably had a good night. And Grace is talking to us.
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Have it your way.
Coffee, coffee.
Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Yeah, he gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
I didn't notice
Did you
him.
find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something. I checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it.
Okay, what is this tiny thing? Oh, I wasn't sure if it was a thing. Voodoo article. This is new to this game.
The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
Nothing we can really do or interact with it, but we have it. Let's look at the newspaper.
Times dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Okay, things are falling into place a little bit. This is the person who... The Napoleon House is one of the missing areas that I was looking for. But yeah, they closed the case. Despite all of this information we have that it's probably not a, what they think it is. They closed the case. So maybe we should have a chat with Mosley on that. Go to the jewelers. And Grace, do you have anything interesting to talk about?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Messages.
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
There we go.
She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
That happened, that was like one of the first conversations I ever had in this game.
Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting.
And I do know, I do have a pretty good idea of why they're doing that. But we'll get more into it as we get more into it.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Okay, and exit.
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Don't want to call him yet. Or maybe I do, and yeah, well, let's try and give him a call. Yeah, let's do that. Fortunately, we don't have to type this in, I don't think.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Yes, I guess. I guess it depends on the country. It's a long number.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. We don't really have the context of what we need to talk to him about, so I think we would just call and get information that we shouldn't have yet. We need to ask him about things, but not learn first about them.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay there. They've got eyes on us, apparently. Okay, well, let us go... Yeah, and also, so now we can go talk to our grandmother. So now we have access to everything. In fact, the only thing we don't have access to is the Moonbeam Residence, which opens up tomorrow.
A sign on the front.
Yeah. This, however, is open up now. I'm just going to briefly check out here. There's some binoculars. And some buildings. We're not going to check those out, though. Not yet. Okay, Napoleon House. Or we could go visit our grandmother. Or we could go talk to Mosley. I'd like to do new things first. So let's go to the Napoleon House. Well, let's talk to the bartender, I guess. Another drummer outside.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure, I'm not too busy at the moment.
Holy crap. I take that back. We are not going to talk to him yet. I don't want to... I think we have already kind of talked a lot in this. And I kind of want to split that up a little bit. Though if we go to our grandmother's house, that's also going to bring up a lot of talk. Let's instead... yeah, let's go talk to Mosley. Drummer's still here. Let's sneak right on into Mosley's office.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
Well, it was a fiction book anyways, we can make it out. Some interesting background music. So let's talk about that.
I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
So somebody's telling you to keep it open, or to close it?
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Oh, come on. Somebody's pulling your leg, Knight.
Are you sure?
Ain't nothing secret about voodoo in New Orleans. There's a museum, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but that's the stuff they want you to see.
You're getting mighty paranoid, Knight.
A little bit.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I told you, you're nuts. Drop it. I told you, you're nuts. Drop it.
We stopped your dialogue. Go away.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
The case? What case? I told you, the Voodoo murders case is closed.
How can you just close it? It's not solved, is it?
Oh, it's solved. Turns out the Chicago Mafia was trying to invade local territory. Use the Mississippi for drug running now that Florida's so hot. What we had here was a little resistance from the local businessmen. Word came in this morning that the Chicago group is giving up and pulling out of Nolans.
But that doesn't bring the killers to justice.
Well, the boys upstairs seem to figure it this way. Let the slime kill each other. Better the vermin we know than Chicago vermin, I guess. The attitude in the department is that we just been done a huge favor. And they're probably right.
What about the local cartel? Are you just gonna let them go?
At least they're part of us. We'll deal with them over time. Always have. Nolans is pretty clean that way, you know?
Well, that's the illusion, isn't it?
Look, I'm not totally in agreement here either. But what can I do? These guys are not about to get caught. I'm disappointed about the book, too. Look, next big murder case I get, I'll call you in, and we'll do that one up right, okay? In fact, I could probably dig up some old cases, and you could spice them up.
No thanks. What's the
Okay, nothing new there. We can insult him until he reopens it. Let's just ask him to reopen it.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in New Orleans. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Those are the 3 things we need to do. Or is there 4? I wasn't really counting. We need to do some things. I think the first thing is just to show him this article, which didn't exist. That I'm sure we found something in the original similar.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Okay, but unfortunately we can't prove anything else yet, but we will. We will get this information from you. Or for you, rather.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
Yes, we will. I think I want to go up and save first. We are 12 now, we skipped a save. Let's exit. Yeah, we've got a lot of places to go now. But one of those places I think is going to be the Voodoo Museum.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
That wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping for something different to happen here. Now I'm just thinking of the other things that we need to do. Well, we can talk to you just because we're here, but...
Can I ask you some more?
Of course.
I don't think we're gonna get much. Oh yeah, we wanted to ask him about this.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Goodbye, Dr.
Okay.
Yeah, we've said that before. Yeah, I don't really want to go anyplace new yet, because we're getting near the end of the video. Let's take a look at Jackson Square, because that's changing every day. And we have Crash over here. We can catch up with him very easily.
It's Crash, the guy from
Hey,
Mosley's
Crash,
office.
wait up!
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
I wonder what he's up to.
He's looking a little suspicious. But he won't work with that. Oh, what was that? Hi.
Hey, Crash!
Come on,
wait up.
boys,
Crash
hoopla!
only looks scared and keeps walking.
Okay. So Crash is here. And conveniently... No, stop that. Conveniently, the Overlook is open today. Let's see if we can maybe get a little look on him. Hopefully they don't need a quarter, because I don't have any money. Do we get to move this around? Oh, I guess we just have to go to the right one.
Boys.
These don't move at all. No good. I'm gonna find Mr. Crash. Nope. I really hope he doesn't continue to wander around, because then it'd be really hard to find him.
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
Suspicious.
Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
It is. Let's see if we can investigate a little bit more. We're running low on time, but... see if we can find out a little more. You have anything to say?
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
He will not talk to us. Crash went in the north direction, though. Oops. Cathedral? And we have a very sick Mr. Crash over here. He really doesn't sound good. That's a little weird. And we will have to find... I'm trying to say goodbye and he's just getting sick all over the place. Yeah, we'll have to find out what's wrong with Crash in the next video. So until then, hopefully he stays okay. And see you then.